We were all mistaken. Why did we conduct a Raza Killings database report? Because the violence and killings don't stop, especially because the killings of indigenous black and brown peoples don't stop. Because we refuse to be colorblind and refuse to be treated as less than human. Because we refuse to have our bodies and communities racially profiled. Because we refuse to accept this country's historic system of control and domination. Because we refuse to accept impunity and injustice. Because we refuse to be invisibilized. Because we refuse to be silenced. In speaking about Jose Campos Torres, who had been brutally killed by Houston police in 1978, Gil Scott Heron had said he had made a mistake in believing that there was no longer a need to write about such violence. Tens of thousands of killings later, we know that in a sense we were all mistaken. Because on this continent, this violence has been going on since 1492, and it continues to this very day. And yet these words, prayers, and meditations here are also evidence that we have never stopped resisting. Truth is, it is this society that has always been mistaken.
Teteu Inan.
Genocide, crimes against humanity, impunity, words and concepts that cannot encompass what has happened to the nation, to our people, to the families of this hemisphere. Leilani Lucero, Sandra Barajas, Dolores Hernández, Yvette Hernández, Liana Gilmore, Catherine Gomez, Desiree Garza, Claudia Rodriguez, Jaime Fernández, Alicia Lucero, Cristina Soto Venegas, Cristal Arvizu, Araceli Araz, Teresa Medina, Stephanie Areanda Quiroz, Brenda Rodríguez Mendoza, Jennifer Vázquez, Vanessa Márquez, Virginia Romero, Melinda Marcela, Silvia Marie Bejarano, Claudia Gómez González, Lisa Rivera, Amanda Álvarez, Brooke Camacho, Maritza Sánchez, Sabrina García, Samantha Aguilar, Lucille Espinosa, Elena Mondragón, Melissa Ventura, Norma Angélica, Jessica Uribe, Mona Rodríguez, and Jessie Hernández. Nation attacked since 1492 by those who we call today police. We are not only surviving, But today we thank our ancestors that we are still here. Yana wana yana wana yana wana hey yana hey ne. Yana wana yana wana yana wana hey yana hey ne. Tlaso kamaro meteo tlaso kamati yana hey ne. Tlaso kama ometeo tlaso kamati yana hey ne.
On August 12th of 2018, my son was brutally killed by the East Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, specifically, to be exact, by Deputy Perez and Deputy Rojas, who are known to be bandito prospects. Since my son's murder, I have encountered anxiety, depression, bouts of crying spells, insomnia. My life has been changed and destroyed forever. But with that, I have been able to muster my rage and my hurt and go out into the community and stand hand in hand with other mothers who have lost their children. Since my son's killing, there have been numerous sheriff killings, specifically here in the East LA Boyle Heights area. And we no longer are willing to accept and stand down and say nothing. I rise in my hurt, in my pain, and in my rage. And I stand with my fists up in the air, demanding that justice be served. Being shot 13 times is not justifiable. When my son was given the command to raise his hand, my son had been shot in the hand, in his arm, and he had verbally informed the officers that he could not raise his hand, and was yet beaten and shot 13 times, with one bullet going in through the back of his head and out through his mouth. Today, the Vargas family, I as his mother, we stand with those mothers that are out there suffering and experiencing the pain and the hurt and the loss and the grief that we experienced 3 years ago. We no longer will allow this to happen to our children. Our children's lives matter. We could sit here and we can tell you stories of all the mothers that we have encountered in the last 3 years with the same exact narrative and the same explanation of it being justifiable. That the sheriff, law enforcement, felt that their lives were in danger. My son's life was not just endangered, but it was taken from us. And now we need to sit here in our grief, in our pain, and we need to be the voice that they no longer have. They've taken their physical body, their physical being, but they didn't take their spirit, which now lives in us. And together, us impacted families will rise. We'll get justice for our children. Because the pain and the hurt, the PTSD, the insomnia, the tears are endless. And nobody looks at that. Nobody sees the troubles that we face on a daily basis of having to rise, knowing that our child, his presence, her presence, will no longer be seen. We no longer have the option to see our future grandchildren, to see our sons, see our daughters get married, to see the people that they could have become in our community because of one person's decision to end their life. We stand as a unit. We stand as a community. We stand as human beings in solidarity, fighting for the justice of our children. fighting to make some kind of sense of why this has happened. Thank you for giving us this space.